Where the hell's Grandma?
I was in New Jersey.
New Jersey?
What the fuck is wrong with you, Graham?
I was in New Jersey.
You know we're from York.
Hold on. No, maybe there's a reason. Why were you all the way there?
Oh, that's a good
I
point.
was looking for some food.
Faster.
I was looking for some sandwiches.
Oh.
I don't get the connection, but we did go to Jersey Mike's this week.
Yep. Big
I'm
guy.
in the wrong place.
Oh. Do you want to try that again? That was a mess.
No, we got it. Let's move on.
Hey, everybody, welcome to Food Fight. Obviously, we went to Jersey Mike's. If you could avoid it,
Yes.
I'm shocked. I'm Austin.
I'm Kane.
Show.
That is... Oh, sorry.
Show.
Hi, Show.
Show.
How are you guys' day going today? We never start...
That's
all
true.
nice.
We never ask each other how we are.
That's true. That's a good point.
No, we do on the round
Do
table.
we have like 21 minutes and 30 seconds to talk about it?
Nope. So Food Fight is a show where we take a concept, an algorithm known as food math, to rate not just the food itself.
Because you don't just enjoy a meal, the
No,
food.
You enjoy the concept.
The concept.
Around it. Right.
I get
so,
that.
However, the big part of that is the food. In a 100-point score,
How big
the
of it?
food is 50 points.
Yeah. What?
Right.
50 points?
50 points! And then after that is the brand, which is 30%, also known as 30 points.
Okay, I'm on the
of
point
score.
system right now.
Yeah.
That's screwed
Not
me
a
up.
percent.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So
It's
we're
a
at
metric
80.
thing.
So, and if you don't know what brand would mean, that's like if I said Jersey Mike's to you, and you go like, good sandwiches. That's their brand. It's their slogans. It's everything around the brand.
It's like what you think of
If somebody
when
mentions it.
when someone mentions it.
Yeah, what pops up in your brain. Lastly, it's the success of the place. That is worth a big fat 20. And that's just through some predetermined metrics, like how many stores there are, how long it's been open, blah, 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 blah. The success of the place is important because you think better of something if there's more of it. And
That's
it's done
true.
better.
That's a good point.
That's 100%.
And success is like an algorithm within the algorithm.
Correct. It's a lot of algorithms.
Lots
We're
of
very all
algorithms.
powered by AI. And lastly, we can't just end at 100.
No, because that would be a good score.
No. So we then take the cost of everything and we subtract it.
Like just
and
straight
then
up
we get our
the-
then we get our final score. Let's talk about the food.
But I think it's worth mentioning some drink talk at the top.
Dude, let's actually open with drink talk.
Yeah.
I love some good drink talk. Let me tell you, I don't know if I would say this is 100% the best soda I've ever had.
Okay.
I love Coca-Cola.
So okay.
No, hold on. I'm going somewhere with this.
Yeah.
I love Coca-Cola. I can get Coca-Cola everywhere. I can't get
True.
Coca-Cola at Jersey Mike's.
No.
I can't get Sprite.
It's a PepsiCo place.
It is a PepsiCo place. But because they know
That people
if
don't like
that if I
Pepsi.
went in and I only had the choice of
Pepsi,
Pepsi,
they'd be
and
upset,
Mountain
yeah.
Dew, I would rip the place asunder.
Right.
So they said, here's our cool drinks called Stubborn.
That's true.
And you know the fuck what? It is exactly what it was advertised to us. You can get it in a little can. I actually think it's a very attractive looking can. I know
No, they're beautiful little
this
cans,
is-
nice design.
I'm being very sweet at the moment.
I'm like waiting.
Yeah. And it says it's a black cherry drink. Usually, I feel like if I have something that's like supposedly black cherry, either it tastes like really fake shitty cherries, or it's just like way the fuck off somehow. This actually tastes like black cherries, like shockingly.
And what's
it does.
it's black cherry tarragon.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that means. That sounds like a Pokemon. But
Tarragon,
black cherry
Tarragon's
is cool.
licorice flavoring.
Oh, that actually tracks. It tastes like a fire type. I love it.
I got a root beer. I got a Stubborn Classic root beer.
I'm molesting him.
Don't do this onto the table.
I've never.
Oh my God! What the fuck is
sorry,
wrong
I
with
didn't mean
you?
to strike you.
You hate me. Anyway, but I honestly like it. It's something you don't really get in other fast food places.
No, it's
Stubborn,
really. So that's
it's a
what I was going to
Stubborn
say.
brand.
It's actually super rad that it almost feels like Jersey Mike's has their own drinks.
Yes.
Like their own custom thing, and not like Sonic where they go like, here's 4 million flavors. 4 of them are good. Dickweed, figure it out. This is like, we have 3 controlled flavors for you, and they're custom to us.
Yes.
However,
Show got one of them.
yeah, what was yours?
Blue.
It was blue flavor.
It was cream.
It was
Cream
cream
soda.
soda.
Was yours any
vanilla cream soda. It was great. I love the carbonation.
Good.
I think that's a big part of it.
So,
Don't be confused by how much sugar there still is in it, though.
I'm
Well,
thirstier.
the Jersey Mike's is an interesting thing to get a flavored drink like this at because
Yeah.
the sandwiches do have a lot of flavor already. And
Yeah, it doesn't-
it's like you're adding too much to your one
And
meal.
it's good, and it's not that flavorful, to be honest.
It's not that flavorful.
It's really
an
not. Mine
interesting
wasn't.
perspective.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to
I liked
muddy
it
up
when I
too
was
much.
drinking
And I've
it,
got some more to
but now
piggyback
the
off that in
longer I
terms of
sit
mine.
on it, the longer I sit on it, the more I'm like, that was fine.
You wouldn't drink a second one. Like you wouldn't
No, I
go to
definitely
the
wouldn't.
fridge.
I wouldn't get a refill.
Right.
And I do imagine that the soda machine
Yep,
there,
yep.
not a good idea. I think we picked good.
Oh,
because
because it's a worse
Yeah.
version.
I think the can is like a perfectly balanced version of it.
Mhm.
I think the soda machine version would be horrible and shite.
No,
to be honest.
Great, concurred.
What did I order you today, Mr. Kane?
You ordered me a number 9, which is
9 large.
oh my god, that is like the beginning of that order.
Yeah. Anyways.
Smokes, right?
Yeah, Big Smokes.
Big Smoke.
Big Smokes.
So Big Smoke ordered me a number 9, which is a roast beef and turkey club sub with bacon and mayo on it.
Yep, really
That's
good.
your go-to.
And I got it. Yeah.
Wow.
I like a
That's
club
one of my
sub.
go-to
For a
colds as well.
For a
Really?
cold sub, I like a club because it feels balanced.
Yeah.
It feels
Because
a
one of
lot
my
things.
number 1 notes, it's like a refreshing
Yes.
sub in a weird way.
I can eat it
Like,
and move on with my day.
In
which is not-
Italian is 5 heavy peppered
Stick
and
boys.
specific meats that are I know, but
it's good,
It's just a different vibe.
but the club,
Interesting.
you can eat it
Mhm.
and move on with your fucking day.
This,
Which
this-
I can't
the
do at a lot of
club
fast food
you,
places.
It's
I
the
could have ate
sativa
that.
of sandwiches.
It's just,
Yeah.
yes,
But
it
isn't
gave
it
me
good?
it gave me a head high. And
Wow.
I could have
cool.
had this club sub
Mhm.
by the river. It felt like it was like I just felt like that's fun.
You felt peaceful.
In Italian. If I was eating Italian, I feel like I would need to do it like hunched over, like in the
Have a
store,
napkin
like
Really
a
fast,
like
yes.
a person from New Jersey,
like a person from New Jersey.
which is why I do like an Italian sub. To be honest,
Oh, me
They
too.
are-
That's what they're
They
famous for.
fucking
Is
bang.
the Italian.
Yeah,
That's like
they're
the
really
number
good.
one thing.
That's not what you got me though. I got
right.
a number 43, which I think was called the Chipotle.
Yep.
Chipotle cheesesteak. It felt like
8.9.
it felt like a burrito ingredients
Mhm.
wrapped into.
Yeah, you know what? That's
a
interesting that you say that.
sub-sandwich.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because it has peppers and
Yeah.
onions
Pepper-
and stuff.
What did you think of it?
I thought it was phenomenal.
really
I
good,
actually,
isn't it?
I finished mine first. I could not
No,
fucking wait to eat mine.
You gotta slam that thing too.
Yeah,
Like,
it
when
was
you start
awesome.
eating, you're like, "Fuck, this is actually good."
This is so good.
Like,
They're
And
melted
it's like
cheese is
crumbly
fantastic.
steak
Yeah.
too. It's almost it's like
Ugh.
this weird mix between ground beef and steak. And I know it's
Oh,
the
because-
same goddamn thing. I know it's all cow, but holy god.
No, it's a
Yeah.
it's a different cut. It's like
It
a
is.
steak cut. They're like
But
thin,
it was,
very
it's
thin.
a,
And
s-
so
it's a steak cut turned into ground beef,
If you
and
were-
it gave me joy.
if you were to go to Subway and get the Philly cheesesteak,
I'd kill myself.
they are not using uncooked meat, putting it on a grill,
No,
turning
not at
it
all.
into cooked. Right
Jersey
in front of you
Mike's,
there.
there is no.
It is a already
yeah.
pre-cooked batch.
Jersey
of par-cooked. I
Mike's.
think it's
They have the
right.
best fucking like built-in. This is
Yeah.
how fresh it is. You watch them fucking use
That's true.
every
That
block
is very
ingredient.
true. Yes,
It's like a proper deli.
yes,
it's like
they
no, it's-
slice every single thing right there in front of you. In
It
front
is
of the
probably
big
the-
meat slicer.
It is probably the only chain I can think of off the top of my head that feels like it could be a local deli at
Yeah,
any
no,
moment.
I see that. No,
Like, is
you're
that
right.
crazy?
No.
Is that an insane
yeah,
take? Yeah.
Especially like even the way that they have the models look. They
Mhm.
look quaint.
Yeah. They look great.
And
yeah, I like it.
I will say quick. I assume it wasn't that bad because you got here pretty fast. But because of that, if
It
it is
takes
lunch,
longer.
it can take.
It's
fucking
exhausting. It can be
forever.
exhausting.
It can take so long.
You know what? It's worth it.
It is
it
worth
really-
it though.
yeah.
I think it's
It's
the
worth
best sub
it's
sandwich
not a
you can
drive-through
get, like
place, though.
in America.
I think that could
As a
we
chain,
could
as a chain.
consider that as a flaw. It is not a drive-through place. I
No,
don't
but
really think.
they have a big online order
I was
ahead
gonna say-
culture.
Sure.
I'm a big online orderer for Jersey Mike's.
Mhm.
I've never been done wrong.
Say this right now. I used
Yeah.
to work at Jersey Mike's in different states in here and in
Yeah.
Texas
Yeah.
for about like 3.5 years total
Yep.
of my life.
And did other than I mean, shitty manager can be a shitty manager. Did treat you well? Pay okay?
The company,
It was all
yeah,
good?
the company,
Yeah, company itself?
Sure, yes.
It's not like lethal
Never,
company.
yeah. I was never like we were never like
Unconfirmed.
where the hell's
Yeah.
our money? Like there was never anything. I've been in
Nothing like
jobs where
that.
we've all been like that. So
Yeah.
it's-
For one,
yeah.
it's always nice to have insider information on it, right?
No, yeah, it was, and it was cool. Like the whole become like a manager. You have to like go
Were you
to
a
like
meat
this
cutter?
university or whatever. So you go and you get trained at these.
It's actually the
places.
original Jersey Mike's location. Is where
that
you
what
get
it
training.
is?
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. So were you a meat cutter?
Yeah.
guy cut
so
my
I
meat
did
good. He's a
everything.
pro.
I liked working the grill. Honestly, the best.
Grill time is best
grill,
time.
You like
Yeah.
slap it up and get it going. And I just like the cheesesteaks, but like
Yeah.
slicing was always
Always
kind of
popping.
fun.
It does
I
seem
don't know.
fun. It seems cool.
It's a solid job.
So
I don't
okay,
hate anyone that.
Yeah.
That was like your.
No terrible
Yeah,
I'll
memories.
go
there's
and
no
lock
terrible
in.
memories there.
I also,
really.
yeah, dude, my sandwich was so good. It was warm. It was comforting. It was very filling, like in a good way.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't feel fat. I feel
And to say
filled.
that yours is quite the heaviest one of
Probably.
the three that
Oh,
we
for
got.
It's
It's
because
like
it's so cheesy.
yeah, exactly.
It's a cheese
and
thing.
so to say that like you still feel like sated, but also not dying.
I don't feel bloated.
That's big for an Austin.
No, that's a compliment.
Yeah.
I
We-
need you to understand
We
that's a
got
compliment.
regular size sandwiches, which are half loaves. Did you like the bread?
I do really like their bread. I think their bread,
Mm-hmm.
it may not be their strongest point, but also like, I don't know. There's only like for the cold subs,
Interesting,
the
yeah.
bread fucking slaps because it's just like the club. It's very refreshing.
Yes.
But for the warm subs, I almost wish there was like a not brioche. You know what I mean? Like a buttery or
No, I do.
Okay,
It's the
okay.
same. So
Cool.
they bake all the bread.
Yeah.
Like there in the morning.
Yep,
That's what you do.
which-
You get it
phenomenal.
in they come in frozen.
That's
lengths
why
of
it's consistent and
dough.
good.
So sometimes they can be cooked at different consistencies. So sometimes if you go, you could see the bread like they just let it in. If it gets busy, you just have to let the bread sit in there for like 2 or 3 minutes more. Sorry,
And it'll be all right.
it'll be a little bit. But they also have a rosemary parmesan bread. That I
Oh,
was
so
gonna
they kind of
recommend.
they have
That's
the
what I-
Subway-esque different
Yep.
breads.
Yeah,
It's actually really. Good
I've had
too.
it.
They always run out of it.
It won't affect our score.
Always run out of it. But
Yeah, they're
it's
probably
good.
out by now.
Yeah,
to
they
be
probably
honest.
were. No.
It won't affect our score. I've had it before. So fucking good. This is also this is kind of another aside. It helps when we only have one item to talk about.
Yeah, it does.
But
Noted.
yeah,
noted.
no. But like on a real note, right? Their gluten-free bread
Mhm.
is surprisingly good. It's not as good as normal bread. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. It is pretty close to, or it is either the best or pretty close to the best gluten-free chain shit you can get,
Do
in
you
my
get
opinion.
gluten free at most sandwich like Subway, Firehouse?
No,
type of places?
I don't do it. Firehouses is really fucking bad.
Mm.
I don't go to Jimmy John's because they support. Oh, what's that weird thing? Poaching. That's it's a lot of pictures of him posing with dead elephants.
Oh, really? That's so
Of
cool.
Mr. Jimmy John. No. So
No, like it's awesome. It's awesome in the biblical sense.
Honestly, when we
The only thing I'll say is they don't have a big selection of options.
There's a
to
choice
do with your
limitation.
toppings and then whatever.
it's
They-
true, but I don't
Subway
have a huge
has like
problem
probably
with that.
twice, maybe 3
Sure,
times as
but,
many
like-
different options.
But that also, I'll be devil's advocate a bit.
Go for it.
That also leads to stuff sitting out longer.
No, it does.
It leads to stuff
I
getting
mean,
older.
we've already said before that a restaurant, any restaurant that's got a smaller menu,
is stronger.
should be
But
stronger
they don't
with
have a
those
small
one
menu.
items, right?
They have like 4 different chicken subs with different build-ups.
Yeah,
like
yeah. They've got
they have a pretty contained menu that feels expanded.
mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. Like I'm
That's true. What's the how high?
I'm in
so,
Mike
do
heaven.
you know they have like 40 something sandwiches, but there aren't 40
have
something
that many.
available.
No, no,
right?
no,
No,
many.
it's more like 20.
So like, do you
they
know
probably got
the-
20 between cold and hot.
Yeah.
Okay,
at the
okay,
moment.
but it's just that like number 22 just doesn't exist anymore because
No,
it
no,
was
no,
a
yeah,
thing.
They don't. They're actually named. They're not straight named after a number. It's like there's some reason to some of them.
Interesting.
Like I don't remember. I literally think it's. We can look this up, but I literally believe it was his like sports jersey numbers he wore.
The last thing to talk about, actually, chip selection. It's about the same as
Miss
anywhere
Vicky's.
else. Yeah, Miss Vicky's.
And
They
some
go good
Lay's.
with the sandwiches. Limited Lay's, some Doritos. Good
They
selection.
got good selection.
Yeah,
They've
that's
also
good.
got a really
Can't
good
go wrong.
brownie. We know we didn't get it.
Didn't have that.
They have a
but
good brownie.
I'll take your word for it. Can't go in the score though.
Can't go in the score though.
Didn't have it today. I think I'm ready. Show.
All right, cool. So let's go through food then. Out of 50, do y'all want to build it up or you just want to give us a raw?
There's not that much to build up.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go first? Do you want to go first?
I can go first.
You go first.
So, I really like it. The drink, is it a plus? Is it a minus? That was insane.
I actually heard that.
Yeah,
That came
was
through on the mic?
insane.
I actually heard that.
Ugh. I don't have a good neck,
That's
bro.
awesome.
This is why I try and stand and play video games these
Well,
days.
no, but you do. We didn't. It says on the back here that you do need to warm your neck up before you start eating these things.
It does,
'Cause
and I
if you
forgot
Does it
to.
really?
chomp on there.
No.
Oh
Pretty cool.
no! Oh no! I just can't read.
Out of 50, Kane.
Score.
45.
Okay. Austin.
If I add in the drink, I like the drink. It's definitely a couple points.
Better than a Pepsi.
Better than Pepsi.
Better
That's-
than Pepsi. Yeah.
I don't know.
yeah.
It's not. I don't like it more than Coke, but
So
it was
it's
cool
better
that it was
than
different.
Pepsi, and if they only had Pepsi, would you be? How many points would you be taking away if you had
Right,
Pepsi?
right.
10 to 15.
So that's like
genuinely.
a fucking. That's a.
If you only had Pepsi, you're fucking cringe. You're just fucking cringe. Pepsi's not okay.
Taco Bell got punished for that reason.
They did get
Hard,
punished.
actually.
They did get
So,
punished.
yeah, it was nice to have something refreshing. It was nice to have something black cherry, label black cherry that tasted good. My sandwich was so.
Ate the whole thing.
I ate the whole thing so fast.
so
Each
fast.
piece of steak was so well. Like the steak was really well cooked. The cheese was such a good balance of cheese to everything else. The ratios were perfect.
You had to drive to set, still warm.
Yeah, it's still warm. The packaging's great.
Yeah, you know, and
It's actually a big
I
deal.
did want to touch that real quick before you do that. So they used to have aluminum foil. They got rid of the aluminum foil and they switched it for thermal paper.
like a
that's
wax
which
paper.
makes it
Yeah.
better than
Holds great. and it
better
doesn't
than aluminum
fuck
foil.
up your hands trying to grab it.
Yes, because the stuff
Yeah.
doesn't stick to
Probably
it.
less wasteful, most
Either.
likely as well.
Like, you know how the cheese will stick to aluminum foil and you pull it
Wow.
off on that?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's wise.
Food technology. I love that. All right. Anything else?
64.
Holy fuck!
That good.
It was pretty good.
Oh,
That's
incredible.
Can I take
This-
30 seconds and be like, why is this going to be the one that breaks the score?
This
Can
doesn't
you
break
like?
the-
Can
this
you
has
like?
always been the rules.
Because
This has always
I
been
can see
allowed.
we
why.
knew it was gonna
Because
It was
happen.
really good.
It's about as good as you can
It's
get for
because
a sandwich in
what I
America.
expected was a 50. Because I really, really do like Jersey Mike's. It was better than I thought it'd be. Because part of what we do is the reason we
because
order for
what
each other.
you got
Right.
was a 50.
The reason we order for each other is to throw ourselves
Yeah.
off and try to get out of our comfort
Yeah.
zone. I was expecting this to be like, it's not what I like as much. It won't be as good.
But still
it was
solid.
just as good, if not better than I expected. It's a 64. It has to be a 64.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me.
It makes sense. And also, actually, you know what you should do? You should make it a. Never mind. Don't worry about that.
That would be silly.
That'd be silly.
Whatever
Way
you
without
say.
it. Yeah.
What are you saying, like
On the-
65? That's absurd.
Yeah. I was gonna say
That's so
65.
Any final thoughts?
Run. Don't walk.
Sprint to your
Sprint
Jersey Mike's.
to Jersey Mike's and get a
Uber there
Chipotle
right fucking now.
chili.
I say
Philly
Uber
cheesesteak.
there and not Uber Eats it to you.
No, yeah. Don't
Because
ever
if you have to
Eats
Uber
anything.
Eats it to you, you have to wait too fucking long to eat it. Go eat it now.
No, it's true.
That's
and,
pretty good.
And don't make the mistake of ordering a regular. Just get the giant.
Let's talk about brand.
Oh my God, we're doing a show.
There's actually one competitor for Jersey Mike's subs. Talking to my friends, and I had a realization about it. Public subs.
Pops up.
It is different. Pub subs are phenomenally good as well.
Pub subs, I think, are one of the best subs. Does it count as a food fight restaurant? Just really quick
I
on
mean,
the
it
Yeah.
show.
could. It's
Yeah?
Okay.
it's as regional as Zaxby's.
That's true. So
There's definitely more
Jersey
Publix.
Mike's.
I'm positive.
More Publix.
I guess what,
Zaxby's?
Point Pleasant,
Oh,
Probably
it's
not
Jersey?
in more states.
Maybe not more states. That's
Probably
a
the
good
same
point.
amount of states.
And so we're kind of southeastern people. Jersey Mike's is a well-known West Coast brand.
Very interesting.
Very interesting.
So it got really popping when
Very
you franchised
interesting.
it and brought it over there.
I felt left out. You both said very interesting, and I wanted to say it too. Can we do that
Do it
again?
all at one time.
One,
Yeah.
2, 3.
Very
interesting.
Not bad. Not
That's a
bad.
good catchphrase.
So it's
What is
it's-
happening?
It's a bigger West
What's
Coast brand, which I think kind of interested me. Another thing that I think is really cool is that this restaurant was founded before it was owned by anyone.
And like transformed.
Yes.
Wait, what does that mean?
It was owned by someone who is unnamed.
Was it like a
We're
hardware
assuming
store?
someone named Mike.
We're assuming someone named Mike.
Was it always a sandwich place?
It was always a sandwich place.
Okay.
I guess technically the first unit opened in 71. I guess that's part of our success. But it actually wasn't owned or known as Jersey Mike's at that time. It wasn't until later. The CEO ended up in high school at 17, procured $125,000 through, I guess, a banking
in 71.
in 71.
Which is
75.
my mental math of inflation says that's like around 400K.
Yeah. It's
500K
it's
today.
a ton of money.
Lower end, 400K.
Ton of
but
money.
Still a lot for a fucking 17-year-old to whip
The
out.
CEO worked there starting at age 14. So worked there for a few years and then
Damn,
bought
that's
it.
so young.
That's awesome.
So like,
Then he walked.
like imagine if you worked at Jersey Mike's
yeah,
for
and then-
3.5 years, so it's just as long as the CEO did, and you just turn around and you go, "I'm gonna own this."
Yeah.
I'm going to own hundreds of thousands of these.
That's awesome. For
I'm
him.
going to own so
It's great. I
fucking
think
many.
I think that's one of the cooler parts of it, and to this day, he's still the CEO and owner.
That's
So,
pretty
like,
fucking cool. Good for
Whereas
him.
like
That's
other
pretty
things
cool.
have
Get
been
the
kind of
bag.
sold off.
That's
and stuff like
that is genuinely
No.
a dude who sat
That's
down.
awesome.
Yeah.
He's an awesome. That sounds like a great story. Is there anything weird about that
Is
guy?
there any other information?
Is there any other information about
I
that
had
guy?
other shit I wanted to bring up about Jersey Mike's before we get into the negatives.
Yeah. No,
Do you
no,
want to
no.
go to now?
I mean, some of the weirder stuff. There's some stuff out there that just kind of says he's not the best individual, but
Oh,
none of it's too
no.
incredibly sourced. And
Okay.
It's
on
true.
top of that,
Well, no, I'm.
But
If you want
however,
to whisper them to me, I'll say the baseless
yeah.
rumors.
However,
I don't mind
Kane,
it.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you give a shit if we have sources on this show?
Absolutely not, Austin. I
Excellent.
don't care at all.
Rip him out, show.
so supposedly he's
Journalistic integrity.
he's anti-Semitic. He's anti-BLM.
Ooh,
Ugh.
-2.
But this is from a post from 3 years ago from an account that no longer exists.
Twitter account.
And it was it was on Reddit and posted on the subreddit r/rants.
And that's like,
So maybe
okay,
they,
wait,
maybe
wait,
they
wait,
just
okay.
got, maybe they just got
That's
fired.
less
Maybe they
source
just got
than I
fired.
even thought
There's
there would be.
less source than I even thought there'd be.
And actually, the thing that I found was there was a sub that Jersey Mike's released that was like a pro BLM sub or something like that.
That's good.
Okay. What does that mean?
What it should be is that every sub that was bought, the BLM sub, was like a couple dollar donation.
Hold on. No, show got
Yeah.
confused. It was a bacon, lettuce, and mayo sub.
They still have it.
Yeah, they still have it.
for fucking 40
They still
years.
have it. Yeah.
All right. So the
around forever.
joke is that
Oh, I hope it's
God,
not a
it's
the
fucking joke.
BLT would be renamed.
Right. That was what.
What
to
did he
the
rip that shit
BLM.
out on April Fools? All right, then maybe he is a bad person.
Wait, did he say that joke though? Did he?
No,
did that-
July 2nd, 20. No, it was
He
a meme
doesn't.
that was
I
on
have
the
never
internet.
heard a fucking word about this CEO. Whatever is said about him, if it's true or not true, nobody fucking knows.
No, I'll say this.
Oh, so what it is that they on Twitter announced that they were going to change the name of the BLT to the BLM in
God.
support of
My lord.
in
All right.
summer of 2020.
Okay, that's
And
enough
so
for
then
me.
everyone's like, "That's
No,
pretty tone
That's
deaf."
pretty fucking tone deaf.
That's pretty
enough for
stupid.
me. You fucking rich ass white dude.
Well, the thing that I don't want to say is that he probably didn't send the tweet. It's probably
What I'll
someone
say-
like us going.
What I'll probably say,
real clever.
This is so. That strikes me as that sounds like the same energy as. Do you know the Burger King ad I'm about to talk about? Do you know what I'm talking about to talk about?
Maybe.
You might. I think I've shown you this before. It's one of my favorite ad campaigns, just like in the
Okay.
ethos of anything. So Burger King tweets out, probably high on their own fucking shit. And they
For
go,
sure.
women belong in the kitchen. And then the subtweet underneath that they tweeted themselves, if they want to.
But none of that got
Yeah.
caught.
So I have another thing to talk about with the brand,
It must
which
be
is
the
a
favorite
newer
child
thing
of
they
God.
started doing in the last couple of years. Spokesperson, Danny DeVito.
Danny DeVito,
Love it.
one of my
Pretty
faves.
great one. No, a pretty
Yep.
great spokesperson.
So
He
Yeah.
is, and he's like, as far as like mascots go, I think that's what spokesperson kind of bleed into. To be
mascot
honest, right?
spokespeople.
Yeah.
mhm.
They all kind of bleed in. Great, memorable.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody
Very memorable.
fucking.
Yeah,
he's like a
everyone loves him.
sweetheart
Yeah.
of social
Do you
media.
wanna know
Nobody talks
one of
shit
my
on
fun
Danny.
facts?
What's it?
He grew up down the street from the first Jersey Mike's.
What?
Like is from
Literally
He
Jersey.
liked it growing up.
Probably.
Or he didn't.
No, he
Or he
probably
did.
knew Mike.
But like he knew of it. He
probably knew Mike.
He grew up down the street from Mike's.
yeah, because the
shop.
dude's
Yeah,
like
Mike's
80,
sandwiches.
Not
right?
even before Mike
dude's- that's what I'm saying.
Can't Crow got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Mike's
saying.
shop.
He probably knew it as Mike. Jersey Mike, the
Yeah.
second Jersey Mike's, and he went, ow! Fuck!
Yeah.
What the fuck is it?
Yeah, probably.
Somebody gonna get stabbed.
Another cool thing about brand that Jersey Mike's does is another thing that's been alleged is that they donated to the Boogaloo movement and to the Proud Boys. So a bunch of alt-right
Oh, yeah,
stuff.
that's like, if that one's true, that's really bad.
Yeah.
Boogaloo
that one's
movement's
true,
pretty
that's
rough.
a-
Proud
Doesn't
Boys pretty
surprise
rough.
me.
Proud Boys is bad.
But on March
Aren't the Proud
29th,
Boys now
something
like
around
a
there?
terrorist
Yeah,
organization?
they're like the
legally? Like legally, they're a terrorist organization.
SPLC in Montgomery, Alabama probably labels them as a hate group, more than likely.
Which one is terrorist now? Is it Antifa? Are they terrorists?
Antifa's always been a terrorist organization.
Yeah,
what are you
but
talking
you
about?
have to actually
I was in
do
a
some-
meeting the other day, and we were wait, no,
Yeah,
wait,
fucking You have to actually do something to be terrorists.
yeah, like terrorism.
Donate to fucking.
Jersey Mike's or to
Is Jersey Mike's terrorism? Is that,
That's the
is that
title?
what we're
Is that the
getting back-
title?
Is that what we're getting down to?
No.
let's see. Oh, do we want to talk about the Mike's Way?
Yeah, Mike's Way.
Mike's
No, let's
Way.
talk about it. Yeah. I mean, we touched on it in food, but Mike's Way is just their predetermined. It's their algorithm
Yes,
to
it's
making
their
your
algorithm.
sandwich much fucking better. it is kind of Jersey Mike saying, you don't know what the fuck you want.
Yes.
No,
Work
it's
with
true.
us.
I love that,
I will
though.
just bring up real quick. People don't know.
No, I don't.
That's the one thing Steve Jobs got right.
Because they'll come up, people will order like, oh, I'll take it.
one.
Do you want it Mike's
What about
way?
his kid?
And they'll be like, yeah, whatever. And you do it, and then you're putting on like the oil and the vinegar, and they're
Mm-hmm.
like, whoa, 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 that's so much. No, no, no. I'm like, bro,
Like, shut
I make like
up.
8,000 sandwiches a
Yeah,
day. You're
trust
gonna come
me.
back and ask me you want fucking more. I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, shut up. Like, shut the hell up.
Shut the fuck up.
All right, brand out of 30.
I like their current host called Danny DeVito. Their food,
Their host.
their host. I like their spokesperson.
Yeah.
Just the experience of going in is good. People like the brand.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like as much as we can find shit to talk about for their
Sure.
CEO, he is not an outspoken person. Like I don't hear. I
He's
don't
not
know.
like a Mike Liddell.
This is the first time
No.
I've heard this fucking guy's
Yeah.
name. I don't know what the fuck.
sure,
he
yeah.
does.
He's not.
And we
yeah.
and there
The
are
contra-
generally lots of articles
Yeah.
kind of pointing towards a trend. There are not many.
There's not
pointing towards
controversy.
any. Right. There's
Yeah.
no trend.
There's not controversy
showing
They-
anything.
It's just as simple as our food's good. Come eat food. They don't need other shit.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. 25,
Mm.
26,
Mm.
26. It's a good brand.
Oh, good brand.
It's a good brand. I like Danny. I think they're doing like everything right now.
They've
On
right.
a real note.
They've hit the right.
Yeah,
places
they're hitting
that
the
they
sweet
need
spot
to-
at the right time.
Mhm.
Great brand. Awesome brand. Love it. Stole 3.5 years of my life. 10.
You know,
fair.
when we get to my brand, I guess when we get to my restaurant company, what is it, minus
Yeah.
200?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Woo! I actually do think once we get to whatever
Yeah,
restaurant,
whatever.
nebulous restaurant
Yeah,
he's
and-
they're talking about, he gets to be here.
Yeah. We got success left. Y'all want to talk about success? So we talked a little bit about the open date, a little bit in the brand. So in 1956
That's old as shit.
is actually when Jersey Mike's opened.
That's older than my
Jersey
fucking
Mike's
dad.
opened in
My
1956.
dad's old as
But it wasn't
dicks.
Jersey Mike's. It was
It
just
was just Mike's.
Mike's Sandwich
It's actually
Shop.
New York Mike's, weirdly.
Then in 1971, Mike
Big Yankees fan.
what's his name?
King Crow.
Cancro
Cancro.
starts working there. 4 years later in 75, technically is when Jersey Mike's first shows up in 1975. Very
That's-
first Jersey Mike's. Although the restaurant proper had existed for almost 20 years at that point.
I think
Damn.
that's like in the middle of where we consider. I think that's like one of our first mediums as far as old versus new, because newer feels like late 80s, mid 90s as far as like bigger restaurants that we go to. Older usually feels like stuff that started in the 60s. This is a weird middle ground that I don't think we see a lot. Were the
Yeah.
70s a bad time for expansion? Is that just a
So
thing?
I was reading that during the 70s, there were not a lot of fast food or this kind of like quicker casual
No.
style restaurants. And so it was a lot of more mom and pop style shops. And so the Jersey Mike's.
and then Reagan.
Thank God.
And so
God
1975,
fucking bless.
technically the first Jersey Mike's, although by that point had already been around for 2 decades. The second unit technically was not until 1987, another decade
Wow.
later.
Interesting.
So it's kind
Franchise.
of a late bloomer.
it is.
We literally just at late 80s
is.
is newer, I would say.
And so that's why I want to go into this next one. The number of stores. Just real quick, how many do you think Jersey Mike's?
That's a great question.
oh, man.
I am blown away by how many
like,
stores there are.
like legit, if I really truly had to guess.
Given the fact that like
I'll
we
also
have
say,
one in our
I
city.
think Jersey Mike's isn't locked into East Coast, right?
It's not.
It's national.
It's national brand. It's a
But
bigger
it's still
West
locked in the
Coast
US.
brand than it is an East Coast brand.
Really? We've infiltrated.
So how many stores do you think?
800.
Okay.
I'm going to say 1,000, if you're, like, impressed.
2,734
Damn,
stores.
that's a
Wow,
lot.
They are
this is-
projected to open 300
300
more.
this
They're
year.
slated
Like this year?
300 more this year.
Holy
That's
shit.
fucking
So
crazy,
in
actually.
in like 40
3,000
years,
stores.
40
in America
years,
only, right?
What the fuck?
2,800 stores, more than Chipotle.
They're in airports.
Oh my
more
God,
units
they are
than
in
Chipotle.
airports. But that's still, like, more units than Chipotle. How old is Chipotle? Chipotle's a lot newer, actually.
Chipotle's 90 something.
Yeah, Chipotle.
But
well, it's still
Chipotle is
lot
also a
newer.
publicly traded company that had McDonald's
Yeah,
as
they had
the
McDonald's
sole
backing.
funder.
No, it's true.
through its
But McDonald's
growth phase.
Yeah.
Jersey Mike's just
Jersey
got
Mike's just
funding
kinda
from like a
fucking did it.
franchise
Just kinda ripped
fund or something
Just
like
off
that.
being good.
Yes.
Literally just not being
Thousands of
good.
restaurants.
That's fucking
And like
insane.
word of
US
mouth. And word of
Word of
mouth,
mouth and
because
good.
U.S. only.
I hadn't seen a Jersey Mike's commercial nationally until the Danny DeVito one.
Yep. And
Yeah.
so, like, in my mind, I don't think this is a huge brand, but you told me there's 2,800 units?
That's a fat brand.
Woo!
That's huge. That's a big franchise.
All right, so then now let's go to revenue. So, revenue.
Is it a Billy? Are they in that?
Almost $1 billion. 970 million.
That's pretty incredible.
In 2020. So, my final fun fact and success, and then we'll close
Go
it
for
out.
Lawsuit.
It is an LLC. It is not a lawsuit this time.
It's an LLC.
It is their LLC name. Do you want to guess what it is?
Mike's Hard.
What's their slogan in the commercials? The Danny
Be
DeVito
a sub above or whatever.
a sub above LLC.
Sub above.
Sub
How
above.
cute.
That is cute. That's
So,
quaint.
so I really wonder if it was always a sub
Is this
above
place
LLC.
just funny?
or-
You know what I mean? Like, do they just?
It's a
does he
West
just
Coast
dick around?
brand in
Yeah.
an East Coast origin.
But maybe that's like part of it. You know what I mean? That's why it's like, hey, you want East Coast sub? I know you're not going to go to New Jersey.
yeah.
but
Well,
I'm
here's
gonna
our-
sell
you
you
know,
a New York
Here's
bagel.
New Jersey
Yeah.
Mike's. You could have the East Coast from your fucking
good.
mansion in LA.
All right, success.
Out of 20, y'all.
Rapidly growing. They don't seem to be the most successful sandwich shop by any metric.
No.
Other than just straight quality, but that's not really a success metric, to be honest. It's more of a brand thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say 15. Yeah. No, 14. They haven't cracked the Billy yet in revenue.
They have not.
That's
970
that's
and
an
some
extra
change.
point.
Kane
Cool.
out of 20.
It is.
Hold on, no. We're gonna buy the stock.
That's true. That's great.
24.
Yeah. If anyone's asking, I'm not gonna ever own that stock. 17.
Holy shit! Yeah, costs. Where'd my receipt go? For a regular chip is $179.
Okay.
Plus your regular number. Do you have the 9? Yes.
Yep.
Your regular number 9 was $10.49.
That's really not bad. Pre-tax,
No,
though.
not at all. Yeah, that's pre-tax, I guess. So add $1 to the rest of this.
Yeah.
And then the soda was $3. Soda is
Ooh.
pretty pricey. Soda hurts.
Anything in a
Yeah.
can is really expensive.
It's true. Getting out of the fountain was like 50 cents cheaper for what it's worth. So how much was that?
17 for Kane.
Woo! That's pretty pricey.
It's kind of pricey.
Mine, because I didn't get the chips, and normally I wouldn't. If I get my giant sub, I don't get the chips for what it's worth. I don't know. I can.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because I usually have chips at home. I can't be.
I'm
fucked.
sorry, we never made note of this in the food section, but Kane put the
Yeah.
sea salt
Oh,
and
holy
vinegar
shit.
chips
Yeah, you did do
in
that.
the
All
right,
sandwich.
all right.
No,
Give you all the
I
Jersey
wasn't-
Mike tips.
I didn't
Jersey
even
Mike
think about
tips
it because when
is,
he did
you
it,
know
it made
what?
sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
No,
I'm gonna
I
explain why I
kinda-
mean. So
Yep.
you get the sea salt and vinegar, Miss Vicky's, and you get your sandwich Mike's way, and you put them on there that add extra crunch in there, and it doesn't mess up the flavor profile that much because you're already getting vinegar and oil on your sandwich by virtue of them dumping.
And it's
it
like a
on there.
weird. It's like a pickle that isn't shitty.
It's a nice little pickle taste. It's like a
because
good,
it's crunchy.
No, thank you.
That's
It's
what
a-
I'm saying.
We have
because
food math in this show. Now we have food science.
Yes.
I only got a sandwich. Mine was $9.79,
That's really not
which
bad.
is shockingly cheaper than the club that I got you. But it's also like a
It's
big.
the bacon.
Bacon.
That was it. That's
Jinx.
It is the bacon.
And then $3 for the soda.
$3 for the soda, and it had $1 for tax.
14.
Did you add $1 for tax?
Mhm.
Okay. 14 is pretty stomachable. What's our final score?
All right, so Kane, I'm starting with you just because
Okay.
you have the lower of the scores, and we
Yeah,
already
yeah.
know that.
No, his could be higher.
55.
55.
Sounds low.
55 feels low.
We've talked a lot of good about this place for 55, but it was expensive.
But it's not that crazy to me.
Austin, 91.
It sounds a little low.
No, that is the highest score that
It's
we've
because
had
of the
for
drink. It's
food.
because of the drink. That's why. It does sound low. But 91, I can stomach that. That's
91's
pretty good.
Great. I mean, as far as a food fight recommendation goes, this is
From
the
me
3-star
personally?
Michelin
Well,
Yeah.
because
rating.
the thing is, I knew you were gonna go way hot when I started seeing. I was like, shit, I'm gonna have to combat this a little bit because I don't know that I would recommend it to everyone that's a 90. But because
Oh,
of the
I
virtue of food math,
Yeah.
what is it?
On average, do y'all want to
Yeah.
meet in the middle anywhere, or do you want to just raw average?
Just raw average. That's what we do in the show. We
Well, I
have
said
to
it was
do
55, and his was what?
91 for a final score.
Meet me
70s.
at fives. You want to go 95?
I'll meet you at 95, brother.
Yeah, so 95.
95.
55.
Final average score,
Yep.
75. Real
It's pretty fair.
respectable.
No, that's good. Honestly, in the world of like, we can I know it's a lot of work, but let's throw up all the other scores.
No, it's okay.
With the other places.
Unironically,
Like-
as we talk,
Because you'll see where it sits. It's actually pretty respectable.
Yeah.
I'm doing that. That's
We've had some low fucking
Our
scores.
highest.
We've had some
We've
very
had
I
some
low
think
scores.
75 might be our highest.
It could be close.
Especially for a raw food score. This is not a desserts episode, which fundamentally
Right.
just score higher anyway.
Hey, if
Thank you for watching.
Yeah,
If
thank
you
for
enjoy our
watch.
content, go ahead and make sure you watch all the food fights ever. As is our
Binge them.
tagline, is the best
Make
show
a
ever.
playlist and
Yeah,
rotate
make
it.
a playlist, watch the whole fucking thing.
Get a
Go
huge
watch
meal.
even more. Support our short film projects. We're doing a horror film.
It's true. That's the next big one.
Yep, it's gonna be big. It's actually about food fight.
It's actually just a longer episode of the food
It's a
fight
longer
we're
episode.
taking.
I would fucking watch that.
It's a feature.
All right, holy shit, we need to end this. Bye.
Bye, everyone.